Hello and welcome to another episode of Uncle Ricky's House. Look, this is the thing with the migrant thing, and originally it was basically the southern border because that's what the GOP, the MAGA crowd, that's one of their talking points, like invasion at the southern border. Well, they say invasion because, it's all people from outside of the USA, from Central, South America, Africa, some Caribbean countries, Haiti, coming across the Rio Grande, which has been a route for illegal immigration into the United States ever since they had a border. But it's become a big thing. And it is a problem, and it may be one of those problems that was always overplayed by one side and underplayed by the other side, and now we have a mess, and we don't know what to do with it. It's come to the point that the problem itself is creating other problems. And one of those problems I want to talk about is the animosity that's growing between the Native American Black culture, Native American Hispanic culture, and even Native Americans to a certain extent, the indigenous people, in their feeling towards the migrants that are coming into the country illegal, not people that are coming in legally, but the people that are coming in illegally. At one time, way back when America was a baby starting out, there was no real immigration standards for a while. You came here, you pitched your tent, and you were an American for as long as you wanted to be here. If you had kids here, they were Americans. Then when we became a country and there was a need for borders and things, and that's when some standards got set up for being a quote-unquote American. And that was a debate among the forefathers, like who was an American, who wasn't American, who was worth being a citizen, who should vote, who shouldn't vote. And it wasn't, it took a while for them to get around to the version that we have, that we enjoy today. Some of us don't realize how important it is, but we still get to enjoy it. And that was one of the things that the forefathers were responsible for. But back to today, now, the present, this animosity towards anything migrant, regardless of where it comes from, there's going to be somebody in this country that just instantly hates it because it's not born, bred in America. Regardless of whether it's in, the upper class, towers, or out in the rolling hills, the suburbs, the horse farm country, or whether it's from a trailer park in Mobile, Alabama. I don't know why that came up, but if it's not born here, irregardless of what it has to offer, what the potential, the humanity that's involved in the person that comes into the country illegally, that just wants a chance at a lifestyle, a life where they can have a chance to actually do something with themselves, do something for their family, see some hope, some future for their family, and get away from the third world, which is becoming more and more prevalent in this country. Third world type authoritarian rulers, where it's all about bloodlines or religious affiliation, or what gang you belong to, what cartel you belong to, or tribal. These are the people that we are being taught to hate, even if we are so-called, in the middle, moderate, or on the left, progressive, because as much as we hate to admit it, as much as any of us, well, some of us, relish it, some of us claim it as a sign of superiority. We all have resentment, and black people have resentment towards the new migrants that are coming into this country, and Latinos that have been here for a while, that either close to getting their citizenship or have already gotten their citizenship, have resentment because these new migrants are getting all the attention, and it's a hard life. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're getting mollycoddled or whatever, but they're getting faster service and they're getting pushed ahead. They're getting things done for them, especially with the hate and animosity from the black communities. Like, shelters are being built instantaneously and dedicated to these people in neighborhoods where people have been trying to get shelters built for the homeless, especially like vets and low-income families that get dispossessed for years. 15, 20 years, sometimes longer. And if it does come through, it's the barest minimum of funding that almost dooms the project to failure within the first 5 years. But here, this migrant situation, the government all of a sudden just digs deep in time when people in this country are struggling. All people, doesn't matter about color, doesn't matter about religion. The only thing that really matters is money. The ones that's got it, they ain't gonna feel it anyway. But the ones that really ain't got it like that or don't have it at all, we feel it every day. And it's like, we live here, we pay taxes here, we serve the military here, we are the doctors, the nurses, we are the cab drivers, the milkmen, the dry cleaners, the whatever. This is our country, but yet and still certain parts of the people that belong here, that were born here, that their ancestors' sweat and tears went into making this country whatever it is today, right along with everybody else's ancestors' sweat and tears. But yet and still, every time you turn around, it seems that the needs of somebody is being put ahead of the needs of black people, brown people. And it's hard to say that because the people that are coming across the border, the southern border, are black and brown, or brown and black, or they are mostly not white. And that is the cause of the whole problem on this side of the border. It's not that black and brown people, that have such an animosity. It's because the BS, the bullshit, the brainwashing technique is to already put it in a situation where you have a reason to hate these people for no reason at all. They're coming here to work. So the first thing the ruling junta says is that they're coming to take your jobs. And the only jobs most of them are taken because they are illegals. They can't get green cards, and they can't get legitimate jobs. Most of the jobs that they're going to do are the ones that we don't want to do anyway, whether you're black, white, or whatever. It's like the slaughterhouses, the watermelon patches, the strawberry fields, the cotton. Just work that at one time was like really reserved for slaves in this country. And I'm not trying to start no shit. I'm just saying the historical correlation, and I guess the only difference is that these people get paid, but they get paid less than what an American could legally demand for doing the same work, and that's what makes them valuable. And it's a shame to say that the value they have in this country is the 21st century version of slave labor. But when the economy gets piled up and there's overpopulation, and you get a battle between states of who can ship the most migrants here and who can ship the most migrants there, and all of a sudden, places that were saying, that it was all right wing conspiracy down on the border, that the overpopulation wasn't real. Now that they got a few extra thousand migrants like dropped in on them by Greyhound and the local Eastern Airlines, I guess, I don't know. But this sport they're making of shipping human bodies back and forth to score political points is crazy, and it's putting a burden on the localities because one, they're not set up for it. They're already overcrowded by just the normal population. I don't want to say the population that belongs there, but the population that has some roots there, the people that were born there, raised there, and grew up there, regardless of ethnicity, and all the other stuff that seems to matter today. But now it's like the right has made it like it's all the migrants' fault. It's not the migrants' fault, and it's not the people that have been here's fault. If you look at the common factor between both that are doing both sides dirty, it's the right. They're playing both sides against the middle so that they can win, and it just proves how dastardly this whole right-wing populist thing is. It's all built on a bunch of interconnecting lies. Their chosen leader is a lie. Their platform is a lie. They have no integrity. So honesty, everything about them is a lie, and it's all about hate and greed and oppression. And the question is the majority of America ready to give up democracy and become a fascist nation? Well, that's it for me. Thanks for listening. Once again, Uncle Ricky's house. As always, peace out and God bless. From Uncle Ricky at Uncle